Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here. I had the thing set up for a scheduled live stream, and then I don't know, something happened. We'll see. I'm still figuring this thing out. I think we got a little bit better lighting figured out in the old garage here. I'm filling with it now. How about that? I don't know. I think that's better. Um, yeah, so nothing super exciting today. Just I had to pack up stuff, so I figured I might as well just do it live, right? And hang out. Well, I got about 2 hours or something. We're not going to go that long, but I got a couple hours, and then I got to head out. I'm judging one of the celebrity judges at an event this afternoon. I use celebrity very loosely. Um, so I got to get some of this packed up. Usually I do it a little bit later in the afternoon, but I got to get it pack it up now because otherwise it's going to be a late night if I wait until after I get done with the event this afternoon. So, um, yeah, we'll just hang out for a little bit. We'll see if anybody shows up. I know it's just a random time, just Sunday afternoon, but we'll see. I'm going out to the. It's called the Comfort Food Challenge, is what I've got a little bit later on this afternoon. Hey, Cajun, what's going on, brother? Just doing a little hangout while I'm going to go over the stuff that I sold. We had one person come in and then bail immediately. That's awesome. Um, go over some of the stuff that I sold this weekend. Actually, all the stuff I sold this weekend because I haven't done any pre-packing. Usually, I work on some stuff on Saturdays, and I had a very busy Saturday. We had some sourcing. Then I put together a quick video, and then my daughter had a basketball game that she's on the dance team, so we had to go to that for the halftime show. Actually, got there normally at the time that they'd be just getting ready to warm up for varsity, and they were at halftime of the JV game. So that took forever. It took a long. I don't know what happened in the JV game that it took so long, but that was kind of frustrating. That took a while. So, hey, Swamp Bigger, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping in. Um, hopefully, we'll get. I don't know. We seem to get about 10 or 12 people during the week before when I tried this, so we'll see what happens. We might just get a couple of us, which is fine. People can watch it back later. It saves me from editing together a video. Then I haven't done a what sold for a little while. So, but yeah, we were like an hour late for basketball, waiting for that thing to get going, and then zipped home and had a uh, a formal event last night that we had to go to. It was a fundraiser. It's the Florence Crittenden Foundation. They work here. It's a national organization, but they work a lot with young moms, basically, and young families. And this is a big fundraiser for them. It was awesome. We ended up raising. Um, when I left, they didn't have the silent auction stuff figured out yet, but they had a lot of the other stuff like the live auction and stuff like that figured out. We picked up $105,000 last night just between the live events, and so my guess is we pushed 200 and something with once we figured in the silent auctions and everything. And I do a lot of work with them. They come on my show, and we chat with them. They do fantastic work, so it was really cool to go and help them. But it just made for a really long night. So didn't get anything done yesterday in terms of packing. So we're going to pack today. It looks like just a couple of us in here. So that's cool. This is a very small hangout, but that's okay. People will watch it back, I guess, later, right? Um, we'll see what we got. We'll just start going over stuff. I'll pull out. Actually, I did sell one other thing right before we started to go on. So I need to grab that out. It's been actually a really slow weekend. We started to pick up last week, and I thought, you know what, maybe the downturn had fixed itself. It's back. It's been super slow this week, but let me grab. What did we sell here? Oh, the felt ornament kit. That's in the Christmas bin. Christmas always sells. Yep. Christmas sells all year long. So this is the thing that just sold. And actually, to a brand new account. So this is, hey, Mark, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. This is probably somebody that created an account specifically to buy this item. They found it on a search or whatever, because it's been on for a while. This is one of the first things I picked up at a garage sale. One of the very first garage sales I went to last year when I started doing this. So this is a Bucilla, I don't know. It's a felt ornament kit, all complete in there. This is sealed from I don't know if it's from 2004, so not vintage, but it's getting there. Very hard to find, fairly rare apparently. So pick this thing up. I think I paid $1 for this. I got a pile of stuff. I think we got it for $1, and it sold for $35.83 with I think plus they're paying first class shipping. So they're in right about $40 on this. So keep an eye out for stuff like this, guys. Vintage or near vintage ornaments. This is just a felt. You make your own Christmas ornaments. Yeah, $40. So that's not bad. I was starting to wonder if I was crazy asking that much for it, but hey, Emily Conway's here. Now I can start. Emily, I just sold this plaid Bucilla felt ornaments. These are gingerbread houses. So we got the gingerbread man, the house, tree, all that. It's been sitting in my Christmas bin for a very long time. We're pushing on a year, probably. It's probably like 8 months, but sold with shipping, we're like at $40. So not bad for a $1 garage sale pickup. So that just sold. I sold 2 of these guys. I'm waiting payment on one of them because I put one up for auction and I put one up for buy it now just to see what would happen. And both of them ended up selling. So these are the creepy looking off-brand Baby Yodas. Look at this guy, right? I mean, he's not bad. He's actually, compared to some of the other Baby Yodas, he is not bad. So got this guy. I got a couple of them. This guy sold at auction for like $11.50 plus shipping. And then I have another one that I put up for buy it now, and it sold for like $18.99. And I think that's free shipping. So it comes out to basically the same. But yeah, these little Baby Yodas seems like they're selling. So yeah, Cajun just made you awesome. You missed out then, Emily, but you got the good deal. Yeah, so we sold 2. We got 1. We got double Baby Yodas. Hold on. Get my caffeine. Okay, so that's that. I am awaiting payment on one other thing, but I'm probably going to pack it up today just because I think they'll pay. I accepted an offer that came in overnight. These things sell, guys. If you can find, I see them actually at Goodwill all the time and at our other thrift store. Sometimes they're beat up, but these ones, brand new. A lot of times you can find brand new ones because they'll get the ones that are broken in and they just keep them. And then they never use the next pair that they were issued. And these are these the bigger size? I picked up 2 of these at the same time. No, these are the 9.5. I already sold a pair of 11s, but picked up these. These are just, is it Welco? I think these are Welco. Yeah, there's some other brands that are better, but Welco is not bad. And these are just hot or warm weather, army boots, military, desert tan. This is the desert style, or coyote sometimes is what it's called. It's got the little vents there. These sell really well. So pick these up for, I think these were $12.50 is what we paid for these. And ended up taking an offer for $45. I had them up around 50 something, but 45 was sort of what I wanted to get out of them. So 45 plus priority shipping. They're a little heavy, so I don't do free shipping on these boots if you pick them up because they are heavy. But these will just fit actually they won't fit in the shoebox, I don't think. But I typically put these in just the large free priority box and just lay one on top of the other, and they fit in there really well. So they take a little longer to sell, but if you find the right size, these things do sell. So $45 plus shipping on these guys. So I might pack those up. I actually still have to get the barber kit, the vintage wall shears. I should have brought those in here. That's going to sell tonight. I think about 8:30. I have, what do I have? I think I have 10. I have 10 or 11 watchers on that right now. I think it's 11 watchers and 10 bids, something like that. It's up to $60. I'm hoping that ramps up a little bit. I was hoping for about $100 out of those, so we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy with $60. I paid 5, so they'd be paying $60 plus shipping. So I don't know if I'm going to pack that. I'll probably pack that tomorrow, just because I've got to pack individual pieces in that. And it's going to take a little while, but that's going to go tonight. What else? All right, Mickey Mouse. This I picked up in a deal from another reseller getting out, and went through and picked through some of his stuff. And this is one of the things I picked up. It's a Walt Disney World Mickey Mouse fanny pack, and we sold this for $25.48 plus shipping. So this is actually fairly common. This is just that standard Mickey look, right? There's actually quite a few of these listed. So I priced competitively, priced lower, and it sold. So Mickey Mouse, and this will be super easy. Just there's nothing that's going to get hurt. I might put some bubble on the clasp here. Plastic, it could get cold, cracked. I don't know. Wrap that up in bubble maybe, and then throw it in a poly mailer or a padded. I'll probably put this in a padded mailer for $25. But yeah, that's good. Buy about 7 pairs of jeans. Mark, you kill it on clothes. I actually left. I found some. Was it 501s? I found like 3 pair of button fly 501s. It was length. What was the length? I think 38. At least 2 of them were 38, and I just left them. I just looked at. The comps weren't good. I mean, I could have got them for like, it was at Good Sam, so they were half off. They're always 15, so half off $7.50. I could have picked them up and made a few bucks, but I was just didn't feel like selling something for $20 that I paid $7.50 for jeans. So make you still pick up or not. I just got lost to see black. Yeah, you know what? This you got to be careful. This I picked it up because it was fanny pack. I mean, ultimately, but there is so much Disney stuff. The good Disney stuff to pick up, I've noticed, is the stuff that has, and this one does. I don't know if you can see it because it's inside. The good stuff is the stuff that's from Disney World or Disneyland or whatever. You can only get it there, so it actually has a different tag on it. See if I can pry this thing open. I don't know if you can see that. There you go, kinda. It's got the Walt Disney World tag on there. So this was purchased in Walt Disney World. That tends to be, those things tend to be a little bit better when it comes to Disney stuff. I've got some other Disney stuff that's just sitting around. So I think it's hit and miss. I've got a couple cool Christmas shirts that I think will probably go eventually. But yeah, I've sold, this is like the 3rd fanny pack that I've sold. I sold a Tulane fanny pack too. It took a while. I was waiting for the right person from Tulane to come by. But yeah, fanny packs are coming back. They don't sell for a ton, but I sell them for like $20-25. So this one did okay. So there's Mickey. Pick this thing up for $1 at Good Sam Thrift. This is a Harley. I think this was in one of my videos. Emily, Mark doesn't have a YouTube channel. He ought to. At least you don't. Do you, Mark? I don't think you do. Mark's here local to me, and that guy knows all about clothes. I need to sit down and get a lesson from him. He knows so much about men's clothes, and specifically like vintage outdoor wear and hunting and stuff like that. And he's selling pants and Bibles for like $80 a pop. And I'm selling Harley mugs for, well, not bad, right? 20. Pick this up for $1. It's just plastic. It's one of those, you probably can't see it. It's got like the liquid inside of it, so you can freeze it. But again, it's just plastic. But it's a 1954 anniversary for this particular bike. And the cup is from 99. Where is it? There it is. 1999. So I picked it up for $1 on a hunch. And I think I had it listed, I don't remember, for like 25 bucks, figuring the first decent offer that came in I would take. Somebody sent me an offer last night for 20 bucks. So it was a dollar. I took that. Um, hey, Bolo Buddies is in here. This is a party now. That's fantastic. Courtney, thanks for coming in, man. Books are money even used. Yeah, Cajun, I'm not good with books yet. I picked up some good ones. Mark does really, really well on Bibles. I had left behind Bibles that guy scooped up and sold for like 80 bucks. Um, what else we got here in my pile? Okay, I transform. This one sat around for a while. This is a Transformer shirt. There's nothing special really about this. It's got the nest from the movie Nest is like stitched on there on top. It's in great shape. I picked it up from Goodwill. This has been sitting around for a while. I think I had it. It's funny. I had it listed for like 11 with, I have a sale running. I think this is like 11.18 or something, some weird price. And somebody sent me an offer of 10. So he saved a buck, but whatever. It's been sitting around for a long time. So 10 bucks, throw it in an envelope and it's out the door. And I made what, $5 on it. It's free shipping on that, but no big deal. This also a Goodwill. You can't see it. It's the way I have it folded. It's a Budweiser, just a jersey, like a women's size small jersey. Budweiser or Bud Light. Which one is it? It's Bud Light. A Bud Light large jersey from like 2001 or something like that. Somebody's an offer of, let's see, I think it's 15. Yeah, 15 bucks. So this is going out the door. This was a couple bucks a while back also at Goodwill. This guy I picked up from Big Lots. You can get some cool old toys at Big Lots, actually. And this one is like a super knockoff, like wrestler. I picked him up just because it was weird. Look at this guy. It's like a super knock. He's got a chainsaw. Let's get a light up here. I don't know. Yeah, my lighting in the garage is just terrible, guys. It's this wrestling guy, like this Mexican wrestler with the mask, right? But then he comes with a chainsaw, and apparently, well, yeah, it doesn't have it on the back. It's just a blank back. It's super basic. They had a bunch of these, and they would come with like chairs and all sorts of stuff. The packaging is super beat up, but I think it was $1, and I ended up getting 10.47 from this guy. So he sat around for a while, but I knew eventually it was weird enough. Some wrestling fan would be searching for action figures and it would go, and it did. So we sold that guy. Funko Pop. This is not a high value Funko Pop. This is Funko Fairy Tale, I think. Gajeel, Dragon Force. I don't know. It's tagged from the 2019 spring convention. I don't think it was probably only at the convention. This was probably a shared exclusive. So this probably went to another retailer as well. The box is beat up a little bit. There's a small tear up here, ding back here. So sold it for cheap. And I picked this up in a bulk deal I got off of Facebook Marketplace a little while back. I picked up, I think, 15 or 16 of them. And I was a couple bucks into all of them. Cajun was a shared exclusive. See, I thought so, Cajun, just because it's got the exclusive on there, but comps aren't super high. So, yeah, I mean, not a huge sale, but I'm only a couple bucks into all of them. And I sold some like Harry Potter ones. I think those went overseas, and those went for good money. And so I don't mind a couple of the lower value ones. I've sold, I think I only have 3 left of the 15 or 16 that I picked up. So those are all going. We've made money on those. And so this guy's going out for what did I say? 10.47. Super easy to ship. I love selling Funko Pops. I've never had a problem. People worry about, those Funko collectors, they're so picky. Any collector's picky, right? I mean, it's their thing. You sell HO trains, they're going to be picky if everything's in shape. Everybody's picky about the things that they love and they collect. So I've not once had a Funko person get upset at me. I just, and you can pack it really well, super easily. You just wrap it depending on the width of or the thickness of the bubble, wrap that thing up 2 to 2.5, 3 times in bubble. And then you can fold the ends in. I'll show you. We fold the ends in, and that packs an 8x6x4 box. It doesn't bounce, and it's perfectly protected. So that works really well. These things, here's a retail arbitrage tip for you. I don't know if you can get them now, at least not at ours. These are Walmart exclusives. They are Monster Jam. You can get singles or you can get the doubles. I sell these routine. I only have, I think, one of these left. Now they have different trucks, and some do sell better and sell faster. But the Walmart exclusive of these two Monster Jam trucks, I sell one of these for a while. I was selling one or two a week overseas. They all go. I think I sold one here in the States. They all go overseas. So every time I go to Walmart, I'm looking. I think they're pretty much out of these now. But the Walmart exclusive double packs, some are better than others. But I send these to the UK and to Germany. Usually it's the UK really steadily. So I don't know why, but the folks over in the UK absolutely love these Walmart exclusives. My assumption is they maybe can't get them there. I don't know. Exclusive stuff does well. I sell exclusive Funko Pops overseas as well. The stuff that here is like, yeah, it's exclusive, but they made how many millions and sent them to every Target store in the country. They didn't send them to every Target store overseas. So people overseas are buying those exclusives, just like these. So this is going to the West Midlands in the UK, and they paid 31.69 in Great British pounds. I can't remember exactly what that comes off to. I think the Great British pound is right now, it's like at $1.11 per $1. So we're pushing $40 or whatever. This comes in just under 1 pound once we put it in a 12-inch box. So it ships out for $15.95, pretty cheap. And we make some money on these. These at Walmart are what is it? I think it's like $8.48. I think is what these are, and the smaller ones are like $3.88. The little single packs, and those do sell, but they sell slowly. So keep an eye out for the Walmart exclusive on those. Though, like I said, they're typically selling overseas. So if you don't sell overseas, they might sit a little bit longer. But I think we're almost to the end of it, actually. Yeah, I got one more. I talked about this the other day. The space pen. This finished at auction at $15 plus shipping. So the space pen is going out. I've got one more. Man, I wish I could have found more. Hey, Bluegrass. Yeah, swing back in. I actually got some cards. I'll have to show you. I actually got a couple autograph cards, which are cool. I don't think they're super high value, but I'm learning and I'm buying some just so I can look at them and look them up and figure them out. But space pen, I put the other one up for auction now. So I've been selling. This is the second one. I put them all up for a 7-day auction, and we'll see what the other one goes for. I don't know. The other one, the first one went for like $25. This one went for 15. It doesn't matter. They were all $1 a piece. So I'm making a lot of money off of those silly little space pens. Not sure. I didn't realize that they were as collectible as they are, but apparently people want them. So that's what we got, guys. I've got, what did we have? I think we have 10. Yeah. With that gingerbread ornament thing pushed us up to 10. So super slow weekend. Typically I'm in the mid-teens to pushing 20 for a weekend. So it's been a really slow week and just didn't really pick up. Now, a lot of times when I start printing out labels, when I pack stuff up, at least later on a Sunday, stuff starts coming in. I start getting offers, or I start selling random things. I don't know if that triggers the algorithm or people are just shopping Sunday evening, but we'll see. We'll see if something. I'll keep chatting, I guess, in here. People are hanging out. We got 7 people in here now. That's awesome. I'll start packing some stuff up, and we can keep chatting. I can pack the people I know sometimes are, like I said, concerned about Funko Pops because I don't know how to pack them. I pack them all the same. I got to step over here and get my bubble wrap. It's out of the screen, but let me bubble wrap this thing real quick. All you do, look at that. You can see my shoulder. I do about 2.5. You lay them face down and just wrap it. I got a big roll. So there's 1, 2, 2.5. That fills the box perfect. Cut it off. So here's what it looks like. That's all it is. I mean, seriously, that's all it takes. A little piece of tape on the top to hold it together. And done. I just need a box, 8x6x4. I get these from the Boxery. I got a whole pile of them. I can't even remember how much it is. It comes out to be pretty cheap per box. I think you can get them as few as 25. I get them in like a big stack of 100, and it comes out pretty cheap. Friday evening, yeah. I sometimes do stuff Friday evening, Emily. It's been weird lately. The last couple weeks, I don't know. So I put one across, one the other way, and all I do on these guys is just fold them in like you're folding a Christmas present, right? One in, one in, one in, one in. That's it. And there's enough bulk on the side here that's going to fill the void on the side. So all you do is just slide it right in. I'll show you. That thing doesn't, there's no room for it to move around in there. There's a tiny bit horizontally, but there's nothing. So that's all it takes. Slap a thank you sticker on there and the Funk Pop is done. And I do it the same way. Now, if I do have a higher value one, I will double box those. But typically, this is fine. Now, the bigger ones, there we go. Tape didn't want to cut. The bigger ones I've noticed, at least for me, they haven't sold as well. And so I've stopped picking them up. One, because they don't sell, and two, because they're a pain to box up. They don't fit in a box normally. So that's all there is to boxing a Funko Pop. Super, super simple. I'm going to move my stuff around here so I can get my scale. And this should be about 8. Yep, turns out it's, 9.1. So that's a bummer. We hit 10 ounces. But it's still going to be pretty cheap. So I'm not worried about that. And again, that one's just kind of that's just a filler. I mean, the $10 Funko Pops, they're cool to have as fillers in the store because they're super easy to package. They're super easy to photograph. So we're just going to tell it 10 ounces. And this is going to Utah. So it's not very far from me. It's going to cost me an even $4. Not bad. So, $4, 10.5. So we make what, like, I don't know, ballpark 9 on that thing. Take out the 4, that leaves 5. So we made like $3.5, $4 on that after expenses and everything. So that's fine. As quickly as it packages up, super easy. And there we go. The Best in Shoes Posh Party is starting right now, guys. In case you wanted to get over there. Swamp Picker, buy already. That's all right. I appreciate you stopping in, man. Hey, Barb. How are you? Thanks for swinging in. We're just, I did a what sold at the front end, and now we're just chit-chatting as I pack stuff up. Not super exciting, but if you got nothing else better to do, why not be here, right? I appreciate you guys coming in. So there we go. That guy's done. That almost went too far. What next? What next? How are you guys' sales going? Like I said, I've noticed a change. The first half of the month was really good, and then it just really slowed down. Let's do the Nest shirt. It really, really slowed down. And I don't know if it's right now people are doing their taxes, and that's where their focus is, or the credit card bills from Christmas came due. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But or maybe I'm just caught in the eBay slump. Because we still make good sales, and there's some higher dollar sales in here with the boots I always tape close these things. I never trust that they're actually going to stay closed. I don't know. They probably would, but I put a piece of tape across there anyway. 7 ounces. Yeah, I don't know why we've slowed down. I actually listed a whole lot of things. Because of the slowdown, we actually are pushing 800 items in the store right now, which is as high as we've ever been. Some of that, though, is stuff that I picked up when I first started, and it's probably not great. Well, so some of it's definitely not great. Let's be honest. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I can't be the only one that picked up stuff thinking when I picked it up, like, hey, this is going to be awesome. And then it just sits. Even when you discount the price, we do it. So I'm actually thinking of taking some of my, going through all the stuff that's just sitting and putting it at the little old lady thrift store here in town and consigning it. They'll probably sell it for like $1 or $2 if they sell it, and I get half of that. I've never consigned anything with them before, but I know you can. But my thinking is it's just sitting in my inventory anyway. It's not moving. And I randomly find stuff out of there. I pulled a Pendleton jacket out of there yesterday. So the stuff that's not moving, I'm just going to turn it into Pendleton jackets. And the big Halliburton case that I pulled out of there a couple weeks ago, that was $5. So if I can move a couple of things that aren't moving and magically transform them into a winner at their shop, I might as well do it, right? So last week was great. So Barb, how did you do? Barb, how did you do on Chief stuff? I imagine you did pretty well. So if Mark slowed down, I know everybody slowed down. Emily, you're meh. Okay, so it sounds like it's kind of across the board. Past Barb selling off all of her Chief stuff. I wish I would have had more stuff. I sold a couple. I was actually kind of worried. He ordered on, I think it was before the Super Bowl. He ordered on Saturday. Guy down in Texas, actually, ordered a really nice 49ers hat that I had picked up. That's on a video a bit back. I ended up selling, I think it was like $35. I paid, because I bought a pile of them. I bought 4 of them. We've already sold 2. I think I was $7.50 into all of them. Paid, sold it for $35. I was actually kind of concerned, like, hey, you're ordering this really late. I was worried I was going to get a return on that 49ers hat because it obviously didn't get there by the time the Super Bowl was happening. I assumed he thought, they're going to win. Now I can wear it to work later on this week or whatever. I didn't get a return, so I was happy about that. I was actually a little bit nervous. Yeah, I know he jumped in here and then jumped out. Bluegrass Picker was doing really well. He does a lot of sports cards, which is something I'm trying to learn. 7 ounces on this. He did really well on Chiefs. I think he sold a pretty high dollar Mahomes autograph card. If he swings back in, I'll check with him. He cleaned up, I think, on Chiefs cards. I imagine he had some other gear too. Now I forgot how much that weighed. 7 ounces. Shirts are cool too, just like the Funkos, they're just so stinking easy. And that's $3.25. I have some regional. That one's going to Washington. I have some regional packages this week, which is nice because it does cut down on shipping a little bit. I have an Idaho, Washington. There's a Utah. So we'll see what else we got here. So yeah, I didn't have really any Chief stuff to sell. I did well on 49ers stuff ahead of like the divisional round. I sold like a jersey and 3-4 shirts. I sold that hat. Well, yeah, you've got to, right? I mean, was it tough though to pick that up, Barb, where you are? I imagine they were cranking it out, but the Chiefs hadn't been to the Super Bowl in 50 years, so probably everybody was going out to. I mean, there was a lot of bandwagon fans, I would imagine, that hadn't been a fan before, but they lived there, so now they're a fan. Was it hard to find stuff? I imagine it must have been. You probably could have gone to the parade. I didn't look. I have no idea. But I was thinking about it. If you went to the parade, you scoop up some confetti from the parade route. You could divvy that out and lot that up with any of your gear, right? For the next while. I mean, you just get a Walmart bag full of it, and then you sell little Ziploc bags of Kansas City Chiefs parade confetti along with the shirt, along with whatever. That's probably going to bump you up above whoever's just selling that shirt. I don't know. I thought that was kind of an interesting idea. Lots available. That's cool. Yeah, I figured they must have been cranking that stuff out like crazy. PC game, was that a Emily? Was that a like one of the big box games? Those sell some of them really, really well. Yeah, Barb, I told you too late, right? You're like, yeah, that's a great idea. Thanks for telling me 2 weeks ago. What else do we have that's easy? We have Baby Yoda. I start with the easy stuff. Do you guys, when you pack, how do you do it? I'm curious. I start honestly with the easy and the simple stuff and get that out of the way. Maybe I should go the other way. I don't know. Big box game. I love big box games. And you can find those at garage sales and people practically give them away because they don't think there's any value there. I picked some up along with my wrestling DVDs that I picked up. Those are long gone now. I actually found one that the guy didn't pay and something happened that it didn't relist right. And I realized it wasn't relisted. One of the old WWE WrestleMania DVDs. So I was like, oh, yeah, I got to get this listed. And it lasted like a week. Those things moved quick. So Baby Yoda weighs how much? Crappy one. Hard and annoying. See, yeah, that's what I don't know what the best way is. I've noticed that I always do the simple ones first. 3 ounces. I think it's I mean, I have such limited space and I like pulling all my stuff out. This one I'm going to Little Elm, Texas is where Yoda is going. I think I have such little space that I like clearing the clutter. And it's like checking items off the list. So I go from 10 to now, once I get this guy set, all of a sudden I only have 6. So I think I like the momentum created by shipping smaller things more quickly. If that makes any sense. Oh, I'm making a mess. I'll put that on this side. I forgot to put a sticker on that one. I need to order more thank you stickers. This is flight simulator. You know what? Flight simulators do pretty well. I have one that's not selling. I don't know why. Flight simulators, though, can sell pretty well. Any of the Microsoft stuff. Space Pen. Let's wrap up the Space Pen. Um, do you guys? I mentioned. Sorry, when I wrap oh my god, and I'm a pirate and I couldn't talk. I put the thank you stickers on there. Did you guys do those? Yeah. Hey, there's Verna. Verna, thanks for coming in. I use them too. I want to do cards eventually. Yeah, the stickers were so cheap. I got them. I'm gonna put this in a box so it doesn't smash. I got them from I don't think I can get them anymore. Look, last time I looked, somebody had asked me where I got them, and I looked it up, and they weren't available anymore, which is a bummer. I got to find new ones, but I'm almost out, so I got to do that. They were so cheap, and they felt cheaper than the cards. And I don't know, the cards, it almost feels like the cards are overkill in a way. Like a sticker is very understated. Like it's just this thank you sticker. That's all it is. I think they're actually probably for like, wedding stickers or whatever. Thank you for your gift. It just feels understated. This is one of those things. You don't need to void fill this thing. Just like the Funko Pop, the ends are going to curl over, and diagonally this fits really well in this box. I'm putting it in a box just because it's in a plastic case, and in case they're getting it just because they want to display it. I don't want it to smash that up. But you don't have to put any void fill in there because that thing's not, one, it's probably not going to get hurt in here. And I've wrapped it in a couple layers of bubble, and it's not going to move. So there's a lot of empty space in there, but it doesn't matter. So, yeah, I just like the stickers. It feels like an understated way of putting a personal touch on it without it fully wrapping the thing, putting a bow on it, all of that. I don't want to be annoying with any extras, but I want to put something in there. So that is 6 ounces. And the space pen is going to... It's going to Dallas, Texas. So that's a couple things to Texas. I ship a lot of things to Texas. And that's only going to cost me $3.39. So pretty cheap. That's why I like first class stuff. I sell a lot of first class stuff. Media mail, I like selling DVDs. I like cheap shipping. This one is actually paid shipping because this was an auction. Which I don't do a ton of. But turns out it was a good call on the space pens. I wouldn't have priced them as high as what they're going. So that was one where I priced it. I thought, let's just let the market decide because I don't really know what it's worth. Turns out it's worth more than I thought, which is always fun to discover. $2 for 100. Verna, was that cards that you got? Yeah, I got some from Vistaprint. I have some business cards that I got that I use. Question for you: how do you recommend listing loose DVDs like season 1, 2, etc.? No boxes, bought in a lot. Replacement discs. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe it depends on. Hold on, my light is heating up the edge of my computer. Depends maybe on the show, right? Like how are they, like I would have to look at comps, I would think, for how is that selling the season by itself. But yeah, replacement disc makes sense. Just if somebody scratched up one of theirs and now it skips and the rest of them are fine. If you've got the room and you don't mind, it's going to take a while, right? Like it's, I guess in that sense, no different than parting out a board game. I'm parting out a couple of one board game right now. Let's do Mickey Mouse. I'm parting out a board game right now, and I've sold like 3 lots of stuff, but it takes a while. So if you don't mind, just keep a scrap pile of bubble wrap as I squirrel down, because these little strips work good for filler space if you have something in a box but you don't want it rattling around. I use these in like the HO scale cars, train cars, so they don't rattle around in the boxes. But also, it's going to wrap perfectly on this buckle here, because I'm going to put this just in a padded mailer. But I'm going to wrap this plastic buckle. I do the same thing on backpacks. I'll wrap like any of the metal parts, and those typically go in just a poly mailer. So that's all that is. And then this is going to go, I'm going to put this one in a padded mailer. MASH, Lost, Family Guy. Lost, I don't know if it sells super well by itself. I feel like I've looked that one up before. I think I have. I think I've seen that at Goodwill and looked it up at least a couple of the seasons. So replacement discs might make sense there for stuff that doesn't. I mean, if it's only going to sell for $5 for a whole series in the box, it makes sense to give somebody an option that already has one to replace one of their discs. MASH, I would think, would do well. I don't know if that streams anywhere. Now with streaming, that's really impacted how DVD sales work. Because if people can stream it for free or for a couple bucks, that cuts down on the amount of people that want them. Now, people still do. You can still sell DVDs. I sell DVDs fairly regularly. And the seasons tend to do fairly well. I don't know. Family Guy, I think I have a couple of seasons of Family Guy that I haven't listed yet. I picked up at a garage sale this summer. It's actually sitting back on my shelf. 9 ounces for Mickey Mouse fanny pack. Going to Columbia, MD, Maryland? Must be Maryland, right? Columbia, Maryland. So that one's a little more expensive because it's cross country, but still just $4.32 on a $25 sale. I'll take that. So we're going to open up that. How's sales been for the rest? I know I asked you guys in general, but how about for the weekend? I'm at 10. We've got one auction ending tonight. That makes 11 and 2 unpaid. So, we're in double digits. I'm happy about that. And some good like this. I mean, $35 from $1. So we have some good returns on stuff. West Coast, Vernon. I'm in Montana, so not quite West Coast, but it actually seems to be a goodie. It's a goodie place. It seems to be a good place for shipping because I can get to, I sell a lot of stuff to Texas and California, like I assume a lot of people do. Yoda, you haven't sold yet, back here. I can get stuff to Texas and California fairly cheap. I can get stuff to like Utah, Arizona cheap, even in the middle of the country pretty cheap. Like we're in a pretty good zone unless I'm going to the East Coast, and then it gets a little expensive. But for the most part, we're in a pretty good spot for shipping, and it gets to them relatively quickly. This, I don't want it to bend. I think I'm going to put it between some cardboard and then put that into a poly mailer. It's pretty rare. There's not very many of these available. So I think I am going to, and she's paying for shipping on it. It's going to Idaho, so it doesn't have to go very far, but I will protect it. Slow sales. No sales today. Yeah, I had an offer on some shoes today. I'm trying to think if we had really anything else other than these sold today, but I think that's it. I think I'm just going to take, I'm just going to take this box. I have scraps, but I don't know if I have scraps that are quite that big. So I'm just going to use this box. taking the easy way out, which the easy way ends up destroying a box that I maybe didn't have to. That's fine. So right about there. Sometimes it's okay to, I mean, you want to save your money, right? You don't want to waste money. You don't need to. But at the same time, how much is my time worth? Is it worth looking through my scrap pile to find 2 scraps or one that's big enough to fold when I can just chop up a 49-cent box? My time's valuable too. It probably doesn't even necessarily need the box, quite honestly. It's mostly just felt material, but it is a more expensive purchase, so I will take care of it. I take care of all my purchases, but we'll treat this one a little extra love. And we'll just sandwich it in there, and then, whoops. All right, I need another one because the box has the fold on it, and that part's sticking up, so we got to tape that down. Okay, that's all we did. Super easy. And I'm just going to grab a big poly mailer. These things are awesome, guys. Pick up some of these. These are, what are these ones? These are these ones. 19 by 14 is what these are. I use them on a lot of stuff. And then sometimes they're not quite big enough, but I just split it on the seam, and then you can put split another one on the seam, put it on the other side, tape them together. Works perfectly. So these work really well either to put big soft items in, like I put some plush in these the other day, double bagged those, or just if you feel like you have an ugly, like if you, I like my stuff to look nice. Now, sometimes it's just not going to happen. But if your Frankenbox is just grossing you out and you're like, man, that looks terrible, put one of these on the top of it, and it helps you feel better that you're not sending something out that looks so terrible. Let's see if this will go this way. I don't think, oh, yeah, it will. Okay. So box is big enough. Put it in horizontally, and then we can fold it over. So there are my $35 ornaments. Where do I get I got, I'm pretty sure I bought these, Verna. I get my supplies alternatively from eBay or Amazon. I get my bubble wrap off of Amazon. They actually went up in price. I was getting 4 rolls for like $17, and it recently went up to, it's like 21 or 22, something like that, which is still not a lot. I mean, it's pretty cheap. I get some boxes from the Boxery. They're on Amazon and on eBay, I believe. These, I think I got these on eBay. I'm actually running a little low, so I'll find out and put it in the next video because I'm going to have to get some new ones. And along with stickers, and so I'm going to have to re-up on some of these supplies before I run out. I need to get bubble wrap too. 8 ounces for that, and I nailed that. I already had 8 ounces. Going to Hauser, Idaho, and on first class stuff, guys, you have to enter the weight. You don't have to enter the measurements. It doesn't matter what the measurements are. So that can save you some time. That you don't have to measure your first class stuff. There. Print. But these, yeah, these envelopes, I've sent backpacks in these. Yeah, I've sent so many things in there. I love them. I don't use them often, but it's nice to have them when all of a sudden you have a bigger item. Thank you, sticker. We're done. Nostalgia. Yeah. Yeah, nostalgia sells, right? Like so much of when we're saying vintage on our items, we really mean remember when you had this when you were a kid? And that sells, you know, that people that grew up in the 80s, I was an 80s kid. Um, we've got that disposable income now, right? Or at least to some degree, many people do. Um, and they want to buy the things that they loved when they were kids that they either had or that they never got to have. That's why like a lot of cassette tapes still sell. The cassette tapes that have the like the parental warning on there, very often those are the good ones. Mom and dad wouldn't let me have it when I'm a kid. Now I want it. I can have it. I can do whatever I want. Look, I always wanted that. And they'll order it. And sometimes they pay big money for that stuff. I think I missed some of these. So one sale unpaid so far. Barb, sorry about that. Yeah, I got 2 unpaid. I accepted an offer this morning when I woke up for those boots, and I've got an auction that I'm still waiting on. Verna, that's a huge score. I picked up some Winnie the Pooh Valentines the other day for like 75 cents, I think. An unopened box of Winnie the Pooh vintage. There's no date on there, but they were vintage enough that I felt like I could put vintage on there. I mean, that was the look. I don't know. They're not going to sell for much, but I think they'll sell. Emily, that's cool that you're moving that stuff. Did you change prices? Did you promote? Did you change anything on those to move those? Um, or did you just? I mean, did they eventually go like that T-shirt? Let's see. Yeah, let's do this one. That Nest shirt that I sold, that's been sitting around forever. It was a $1 Goodwill pickup. I didn't change anything. Somebody just finally found it. Yeah, it's good to move that stuff out. This guy, I love this guy. This guy is awesome. This was like the old, extreme fighting action play set. And I love that this is 3+. He's got a chainsaw. Is what he's got on there. But it's good for kids 3 and older. Yeah, this is super. DTSC imports. Yeah. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of these guys that were cool. I don't know if that's going to fit. I'll probably box him just because I think he is to some extent collectible, like the bad VHS horror movies. And I think that would it's already a little bit dinged up, but I think it would get really smashed in an envelope. Yep. He's going to fit in an 8x6. He's too tall to go in the 8x6x4. So we need. I get these from Staples. 8x6x6. I actually also have. I'm going to need another, and I might need 2 for the Harley mug. I'll probably need one of these too. These are 12x6x6. These work really good for action figures that are in the boxes. This is just about the perfect size for those usually. So I actually picked some of them up today. I was just saying today, you can order those in bulk online from Staples, or you can get them wherever. But I like Staples. They're very sturdy boxes. But they're relatively cheap in the store. The price actually went up this year. They used to be like 49 and 59 cents, and now I think they're like 75 or something, which is a bummer. But they're good boxes. I could buy them in bulk. I just don't really have the space to store them, quite honestly. So I just buy these 10 at a time and then re-up when I need them. So he doesn't really need it. in terms of protection in the box. He almost doesn't need a box. I could probably get away with putting him in an envelope, but I actually do get a lot of my feedback is fast shipping because I send it the next day at the latest, or sometimes day of if I get lucky, and I can get a couple out the day of. So I get good comments on that. That's all he is, just a really light bubble. And I get comments on good packing. So overpacking can be beneficial. And once again, he's going to sit right in there. We don't need just diagonally. We don't need any kind of void filler here. I think it's going to be just, I mean, it's not going anywhere. And it actually hits right at the top. So the top of the box is going to hold it. He's perfect. And he's going to weigh probably about 6 ounces. 6.5. So we got to go up to 7. And this guy's, oh, not 77, just 7. He's going to Racine, Wisconsin. And actually, I didn't realize. Apparently, when I set this up, I set this up for priority. I have no idea why. Maybe that's why it took a while to sell. This was set up as priority mail. Huh. Okay. And he paid that. I didn't realize. See, he actually paid about $19 for this guy. He paid more in shipping. Well, no, he didn't. He paid almost as much in shipping as the item value. So we're going to give him that priority shipping because he paid for it. And I do have, I'll show you, open label. I have some stickers that are priority mail stickers. I got those for free off of the USPS website. And every once in a while, I will package in my own packaging rather than the USPS free packaging. Like this was an accident because I actually didn't realize he was going priority. But just for the workers at the post office, because I think sometimes they ship out the priority stuff faster if they're just trying to figure out what do I need to get out. They grab the priority stuff. Well, this just sitting there looks like a first class package, right? So I've got here they are. I've got actually a couple rolls of these. These are just priority mail stickers. That's all they are. I will. The only reason I use these is on packages like this, just to show them that, hey, this is priority. So I'll just slap like 2 of them, sometimes 3. I got plenty. They were free. Just so that they can see it's priority and it doesn't get neglected. Now, my post office is pretty good. So my post office is really good. I've never had any problems with my packages there, but it doesn't hurt, right? What do we got here? Oh, 2 notifications. I got an offer. And oh, I got a Tampa Bay's break. Bluegrass, I think, left. So I got an offer of $41 for my Hoka 1-1 shoes. Let's see. Emily, that's another one to look for in running shoes is Hoka, Hoka. 41 plus shipping. I am actually at 53, which is priced high. He is paying shipping. So that might be one that I take. It's a little lower than I want. 41 times 87%, right? Because eBay is going to take their, I mean, it changes per category, but basically eBay is going to take their 10% and PayPal is going to get 3. I mean, ballpark, right? So anything somebody sends you, or if you're trying to figure out, hey, if this sells, what is my win on it going to be? multiply it by 87%. So 41 times 87%. Remember, he's paying shipping. Is $35. I paid. Trying to remember the Hokas. Those were a Goodwill pickup on a half off day. So I paid $5 for those. So we'd be making $30. So I don't know. I can crowdsource. What do you guys think? Just move them on because I got lots of shoes. I think I might just move them on. A 3-year-old doesn't love chainsaws. I know it's such a weird toy, but I mean, weird sells, right? So that's why I picked it up. I was like, certainly somebody at some point is gonna love this thing. Like 15 watchers. Yeah, let me see how many watchers I have on that. I don't know if I have any or not. Hoka's a really good brand. I was actually thinking that they'd go for about. I price high on some stuff, just so that I have some wiggle room. Yeah, I don't think I really have a ton of interest. They're good. They're not a great line of the Hokas, and they have a little bit of a flaw on the top of one of the toes. It's not fantastic. It's size 10. They're in good shape. Yeah, I might take it. You get in the space for something else. Yeah, you're right, Barbara. I need to make room in my shoe tote because I actually picked up a couple others and the shoe tote's full. So let's take it. Why not? Because that's one of the things too, is I kind of wanted 45 out of it, right? Do you hold out for $4? I mean, part of me says, hey, no, they're worth 45 to $50, right? And they are. But if somebody's going to send me 41 for it, is it worth hanging on to them for how long to make 4 or 5 more bucks? It's really not. So we're going to, let's see. Let's go to California. So let us accept this offer. There we go. Now let's see if he pays. Right? It's always the offers that don't pay, which is a bummer. I would do it personally. Yeah, see, yeah, you guys are right. That's the right call. Sometimes if I do get an offer on stuff that has other watchers, I mean, do you guys know? I think it sends notifications to other watchers that there's an offer out. I think. Because I've noticed sometimes when somebody sends me an offer, if I don't get back to it right away, sometimes it'll sell at full price or somebody else sends an offer. So I think it sends, I don't know, you guys, I've only been doing this a year. So you guys might know, expect at 3 a.m. I know. That's why I was thinking about boxing up those boots that I accepted the offer on just so that it's done. But shoes are super easy. You guys use the USPS? Let me grab the box. They call it a shoe box because that's what I use these actually for a lot of stuff, but we can set this thing up. I use this for pretty much all my shoes, except the boots don't fit in this. Just like that. And there you go. These are, this is off the USPS website. These are one of the ones I get the most often off of there. They are 7.5 by 5 and an 8 by 40. So it's 7 by 5 by 15 is what these things are. So let me go and see. I'll show you what they look like. With any luck, they're sitting right on the top of my shoe bin. Let's go see. Let's see how fast my organizing system is here. Right back. All right, where are they? Okay, that's not bad, right? They're at the bottom. I have like, the tote holds like three layers basically deep. And these, of course, were at the bottom. The shoes I sold yesterday were too. So we're going to box these up just to have them ready. So this is what Hoka looks like. Hoka is a very good shoe brand. Yeah, there we go. Some backlight on that guy. I don't know. So it's just spelled out Hoka, and it's actually Hoka 11, ONE. And this has the model. This is the Arahi, I think is what it's called. I don't know if you can see that. It's like right up there. These are not bad. There's a little flaw. You might not be able to see because of my lighting. There's a little flaw right there where one of the little webbing things came loose. That's really all that's wrong with these. They're a size 10, so good size in men's running shoes. So yeah, here we go. You can see the 11 here. Hoka 11. Keep an eye out for these. Keep an eye out for Brooks. Saucony, Saucony is also a good pair. So with these, typically, yep, I will put one just to hold it together. We're going to put one little wrap of bubble on it. Not because they need protection, but because then it just holds them in one piece. And then, it also then doesn't rub on the box. But like I said, it doesn't. They're tennis shoes. They don't need the protection. So, like so. And then that also lets me put the thank you sticker on there. If I don't use bubble for whatever reason, I just put the thank you sticker on the box. So they see it. And then these, this shoe box, usually what I'll do, this is my last one. I got to re-up on this too. Check at your local, at your newspaper. These are end rolls, is what they call them, because this is a newspaper print, and it'll run on there until they get fairly low. Now this is about half maybe of what it was. They pull these off, and then they sell the loose rolls of newspaper print, a blank print. It works fantastic for space filler. Now I actually used to work at the newspaper, and I actually still get. I go in there and pick up like 3 or 4 of these at a time, and the lady down at the front desk is super, super nice, and she's like, "Oh yeah, hi, good to see you again," because I worked there for 5 years, right? She goes, "Oh yeah, just grab however many you need." So I always grab like 3 of them at a time, and they last quite a while. So this is my last one. I'll need to go in fairly soon and grab another, but it works really, really well. And if they sell them, it's going to be different, obviously, wherever you are. But here, I think it's like $3 for this big roll. So it's pretty economical rather than going and buying it at the store. And I just grab a little bit. Is Verna leaving? Oh, bye, Verna. Got a nice. Yeah, Verna, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys coming in. Yeah, I've got 7 likes on the video. That's awesome. And this is going long. We're an hour and 15 in, so I don't expect you guys to hang out forever. I'm just got it on because I'm here, right? It helps to know someone. Yeah. Yeah, Barb, I get the same thing. Like I overpack, but I think people like that. Now I don't overpack to where they're looking at it going, man, where it's annoying to where is what I ordered. But usually with the shoes, I just put a little bit of this paper at the bottom just so that the toe or the heel isn't bouncing on it because it's not covered on the end. That way they're not bouncing on the box. And just a little bit doesn't add any weight. And it actually, you can cut this down to fit, but just adding a little bit in here helps that then you don't have to cut it down. And it just saves you time that way. So it's going to bounce a little bit, but they're not going to get hurt. It's got paper on both ends. It's got a little bubble. It's fine. Like I say, you could cut down that thing to fit, but there's really no need. So the Hokas are ready to go. And they are 1 pound, 11 ounces. That's another nice thing about selling running shoes. They're made to be light, right? We put paper in there, bubble wrap, and the box, and it's still, what do we say, 110? And I don't know where my pen went. I don't know. I'll have to reweigh this when it comes in because I set my pen somewhere. There it is right here. It's underneath y'all. 110. And I'll write it on here just in case. These are Hokas. And so now when that payment comes in, it's done, right? Yeah, Verna, thanks for coming by. I hope you learned some new things. That's what I'm doing, right? Is trying to teach. I have a lot that I don't know, but I'm trying to teach people what I do know. That's where I learned, was a lot of this stuff. And then you learn from people that you meet, right? You learn people like Mark. I learn from him all the time. Jeff is a friend of ours too. He lives here in town. I learn from him. So don't, now we do have some resellers here that are kind of Grinches, right? They don't really like to talk. And there's going to be those, but don't be Grinch, right? There's plenty out there for all of us. I mean, even in a small town, we have what, like 30,000 people here in our is it a city? What's the cutoff? We've got 30,000 ballpark people here. I think it's like 31 maybe. And we can still have multiple resellers in the same store, all finding things. And we have a very small town. So a lot of you guys that are living like, in Atlanta and Chicago, Emily, like you're over in Syracuse, right? Like, so there's a lot of people. There's certainly stuff available. So now you don't want to kill your niche, right? If you have a certain niche that maybe people don't know about, you don't want to kill that. But in general, it doesn't hurt to share. That's why Courtney's so awesome. Courtney shares so much information. If you guys don't follow Courtney, Bolo Buddies, go follow her. I don't know how she finds the time, first off, but she shares so much information about things to keep an eye out for. You need to be following Courtney at Bolo Buddies. Plus, she's just an awesome human person. So go follow her. On these 12-inch boxes, especially ones that are going overseas, I do kind of double. I over tape it a little bit just to make sure. This one, I think I said this one's going to the UK. Once again, just one quick wrap of bubble. Let's move our Hokas. All right, that's all we do for that. And this, like I said, this should, now some of them are different. This one actually feels a little heavier. It might push us over the 1 pound. And if it does, it's okay. It's a $2 change. So I'm not concerned about that. You can, if you really feel like you want to save $2 because it's through the Pirate Ship Simple Export Rate program, it's $15.95 to send anywhere in the world for 1 pound or under. If you get under a half a pound, it's different. I think it's $10.95. Canada has different rates. I just use the worldwide rates, and just that way it's easier for me to remember. $15.95 for 1 pound. If you go to 2 pounds, it's $17.95. So if you really want to save the weight, you can get in here before you tape it up and like cut a little bit off of this side flap, a little bit off of this one, maybe a little off of this one, or cut like a wedge in the middle. There's ways to cheat a few ounces off where possible. It's just for $2 for me for the time today. Now I have before. I've done it before because I'm like, I want to save that money because it's so close, right? But you don't need to. And this fits. You just kind of put it in there diagonal, and then the box is going to hold it in place with the bubble wrap. And it's just these side flat. I mean, it's not moving around. So, and if I've sold this particular one internationally before, that listing and I think I have. I don't sell those particular trucks very often. Those are one of the lesser sets, but Pirate Ship actually saves all the settings in there that you pre-entered in the boxes for the value, the weight, everything. So it saves you even more time. Very easy to take care of. I didn't actually weigh that. We need to weigh that before we put it in the box. Luckily, I have another one, which is in here. This is the vehicle box. I have all my totes. I don't have like a SKU system, but I have everything for the most part is in like boxes. So this is the vehicle box. I know I have another one of these in here, other than Tyrannosaurus Rex, just because he fit in there. He's in there. So we need to weigh this guy. Because I can't remember, just in case it doesn't save it. That is one of the things the customs form asks you. He's 9.7, so he's 10 ounces. Oh, we didn't put the car back. We'll do that later. Okay, let's go over to Pirate Ship. If you guys haven't seen it before, it's super, super easy to ship on your own direct internationally as far as the actual process of shipping it. So we're going to... Apparently I opened a new window. That's all right. Okay, we're logging into Pirate Ship. And if it imports correctly, every once in a while it gives me a fit importing from eBay, and I don't know why. There it is. Okay, get rates. You import from eBay, and it brings in your listings from eBay. So it's super easy. And you just click on the listing. Yep, and I've shipped this one before overseas through Pirate Ship. So it actually saves all of the packaging information. So I don't have to input anything. It knows what the estimated value is. It knows what size box that I put that item in. It knows everything that I would fill in on the customs form. I just need to make sure, yep, 15.7 ounces. So we qualify for the 1 pound rate. All we got to do, and it says suggested package, and it tells you, hey, is this the stuff you want to enter? It is. So, or you can modify. So we're just going to get the rates. It actually has it at 15.9. We came in a little bit light, but that's fine. It's not shipping today. It defaults to the day. So we want to tell it tomorrow. Now, next Monday, guys, President's Day, no mail on the 17th. So we get a long mailing weekend. Buy a label. There we go. We just bought a label to the UK. It's that easy. I just have to, mine doesn't save the size correctly, so I have to change it every time. I don't know. That's the one glitch when I set up this printer. It takes me an extra 3 seconds, so I didn't fiddle with it because I didn't want to mess anything else up. So I don't mind it. So there we go. That's done. Hey, Barb, thanks for coming in. If you're still here, if not, thank you. Appreciate you coming in. I got one more thing to pack up here. Okay, we got to pack up our Harley mug, and let's see how tall this is. I don't know how tall this is. It is just under 6. It's 5 3/4. So we could do this. That's a Texas word for you. Every once in a while my Texas comes through. Hey, buddy. Here we go. This might fit an 8x6x6. So we'll see. Because I'm going to have to bubble it. So I don't know if that bubble is going to take up the extra room. We'll see. If it does, I can put it diagonal in here. I think this is going to work. One sec while we bubble wrap this guy. And actually, it's got a handle. It's not quite like a mug in terms of like ceramic, but we'll still what? I don't think the people can see you. You're too low. Here, we have to move it so they can see you. Where are you? There you are. Say hi to the people. The people can say hi to my mess. All right. I'm just listing this working my thing, so. Mitacan, like his proper grammar. Yeah. I spent like 10 years all told in Texas, so every once in a while some of the words pop back up. Used to could is one that is kind of fun. Can you do that? Well, I used to could. Can't now. So I'm just packing that just to fill the void space. I don't know that I need to. What do you need, bud? Go talk to your girl. She's here. Go get Elizabeth. Go get her. Go get her. She's in the room. The dog knows what I'm saying. He's now running to go get my daughter. And he's going to pester her. She's working on her homework. So there we go. I think that's fine. It's just plastic. Odds are it's going to be just fine. I might put paper in there. Why not? I got it, right? Paper in the bottom. We'll stuff the bubble in the top. Then tape across the top. Kind of FOMO method without the cardboard on the outside because I just don't think we need it for this. It's pretty heavy duty plastic. But if you wrap that plastic tight on there, that does help protect it. You don't want it loose. Then we got to do the same on the bottom. Yeah, Mite Can. So I've never heard Mite Can, Cajun. The one that was always confusing to me was all y'all, because y'all is already all inclusive, right? Like that's already meaning everybody. So why the need for all y'all? So not just everybody here, but all of everybody here. I don't know. That one was always fun for me. All right. That mug is set. Payment received. Hoka 1-1s are paid for, ladies and gentlemen. So now we can actually... How about that? I accepted an offer and they paid inside of what? Like, I don't remember when that came, but say payment received. How about that? Miracles can happen. It's a little loose in there. I wonder. No, it wouldn't. Well, let's see. It might could fit in an 8x6x4. We're going to see. If not, this box is pre-taped for something else. Look at that. Like a glove. Bam. So now this one is pre-ready for something else. That just fits in there. I love when stuff fits just right. So thank you very much with the sticker. And the shake test, it's not moving at all. That's perfect. Haven't heard all y'all before. Really? Where are you, Carmen? Where are you though? Texas, all y'all was pretty common. All right, now how heavy is this? I don't remember what weight I put in on this, to be honest, but it was $1 pickup. So even if it goes into priority, which it will, this is heavy. I'm fine. I'm gonna close pirate ship there. Print our shipping label. This weighs 1 pound, 4 ounces. So even without the bubble, it wouldn't have mattered in the paper. We've been right at that one. Yeah, I had it set for priority. Every once in a while, I come up on something where it's like, why did I think that was going to be 10 ounces? So it's 1 pound and 4. I could have tried to shove that into a padded flat rate and do the FOMO, but I think it's fine. I don't mind. I do have to, like I said, you don't have to put dimensions for first class. You do for priority. 8 by 6 by 4. So that is going to cost us, because it's going farther away. It's going to Oklahoma, unfortunately. Regional A would have been 10.11. This is 9.69. So that's fine. You know, I took a deal at 20. Shipping is going to be half of that, but remember, I paid $1 for it. And I might have got that on a half off weekend, so it could have been a 50-cent buy. I actually don't remember now if that was a half off weekend. But I remember it was originally tagged $1. All right, so there we go. And now we can print out the label for our shoes. I might pack the boxes. If you guys want to hang out, I can keep this thing going. I don't have to leave just yet. So there's that. Hi, buddy. What's up? I might go take care of my creature real quick, guys, but I'll be back. I don't know if he wants out. He wants water. He wants something. His needs are the need list is very short with this dog. He wants food. He wants water. He wants outside. Then typically if he wants food and or water, then after that, he immediately wants outside. So that's all he needs. So give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. What's up, bud? All right. There's thing one. Put water. Is that what we want? All right, here you go, buddy. All right, there you go. Knock yourself out. All right, I think we're good. I think that's what he wanted. Okay. Hokas, now that they paid. That is 1 pound, 10 ounces. Keep an eye out too for Hoka slides. They just look like slip-ons. They're actually recovery slides. The way the footbed is on them, that kind of massages your foot. Super comfortable, and people love them. I sold a pair recently for like $30 plus shipping, something like that. 110. This is 15 by 7 by 5. All right, it's going to be $8.61 to send this to Portola Valley, California. And he paid shipping, remember, so that is fine. So we're going to make about $30 ballpark after fees, after costs, all that. Shoes are a great flip. If you're not flipping shoes, you're missing out. Sold a pair the other day too, of the Brooks. So there we go. That's done. What do we got here? Let's see. He wants food. He wanted I think he wanted water, Cajun. My mother-in-law insists that the dog must be diabetic because he wants water all the time. I said, no, he just doesn't have a There's no internal switch. We have to give him water rather than having water in the dish. He'll just drink water and then get sick. He'll drink too much water. We had to do it when he was a puppy with his food too. And now we've just kept it in there because now he's just used to it. I have a big rock in the middle of his food dish. Because he would inhale his food. He wouldn't even chew when he was a puppy. And so then he would get sick constantly because he'd just eat it so fast and not chew. So I had to put a rock in the middle so he has to kind of chase the food around, and it forces him to eat it more slowly. So yeah, he does not have that internal switch that tells him to stop. All right. So there's that. And we might as well pack up. I'm going to have faith that Yoda's going to pay. So we're going to pack up little baby Yoda. And then I'll probably pack up the boots. And then that'll put us, geez, we're pushing 2 hours on this live. I can't believe you guys are hanging out. So thank you for coming in and sticking around, those of you that are still here. This is a very long, but I figured I might as well just turn it on and chat while I'm in here. And so I appreciate all y'all that came in. Every once in a while, this bites me, and you pre-pack something that they end up not paying for, but I'll be kicking myself if I didn't pack this stuff up earlier when I had the chance, and they pay overnight, because then I've got to either get up really early, because I go to work in the morning real early. I get up about 4. And so I got to get up earlier if I want to pack stuff out and drop it off on my way home from work. Otherwise, I got to come home from work and do it then, and then make another trip out to the post office, because I go to the post office every day. They know me out there because I'm the guy that comes in every day with the duffel bag. So he's 3. Yoda, 3 ounces. And we're going to pack up the boots, which is one of these guys. This also free from the USPS website. This is just the large mailing box is all that is. I think it's 12 inches. Yeah, 12 by 12 by 8 is what this is. Works really good for boots. Now, cowboy boots, not so much. I mean, I guess if they're shorter, but works good for like work boot type stuff, or those military boots. So I'm just gonna tape this shut, and I could maybe cram those ones into the, and I ran out of tape, into the USPS box, the shoe box size, but they'd be smashed in there really tight and probably bulging out the sides, and that's lame. So we got to change tape. And let's see if I got one over here. I do. How about buy tape in bulk too off of Amazon. I don't think that's an eBay one. I think that's an Amazon deal. You got to buy stuff in bulk. Other than, like I said, I don't buy those Staples boxes in bulk just because I don't have the room for those. But as far as other supplies, get those things in bulk, and you save so much money. All right. We're going to add a little more on that side. Actually, we might just do this because those boots are heavy. And these priority boxes, they're free, but they're not super heavy, right? So if you are shipping anything like electronics that are big and heavy, I would think about doing it in your own box, because these priority boxes are super flimsy. Don't need to, but I put a little paper in the bottom just so the product isn't sitting on the box. More a perception thing for the buyer than anything, right? It's sort of like putting the fragile stickers on the boxes. If I do that, it's more just so that the customer can see that I was trying to take care of them. I don't think the post office cares that they're on there one way or the other, quite honestly. Hey, let's see. Yeah, it's not, Emily, that expensive. I mean, I don't know that we're in the same zone as California. Let's see, that one's still up there. Zone 5. I think we are. I think we're in the same zone as a lot of Californians, so it's actually pretty cheap. Yeah, Cajun. I know they have bowls that do that. They have, it looks like a bunt pan, right? Like a bunt cake pan because it's got the thing in the middle. We just went redneck old school, and I put a rock in. The rock actually is from Texas. That was a doorstop when we were in Texas. My daughter was born in Texas, and she's now a freshman in high school. So that was a few years ago. Um, Boots. That's what we were going to do. Yeah, Carmen, thanks for sticking around. Like I said, it's not super exciting, but I didn't know that anybody had one going on, and I wanted to do a bit of a what sold. So that's the front end. If anybody wants to see just, hey, what did he sell? I know people like what sold. So that's the front end, and they can just watch that. But then the rest of it's just kind of hangout. So again, Welco Army boots. These are brand new. Now they will sell if they've been used, but not for as much. So you want the ones, and you can tell by looking at the bottom, just like any shoe, that they're super, super clean. These sell well if you get the right size. They sit for a little bit, but I've got one pair. I've probably picked up, again, we've only been doing this a year. I think I've probably picked up, I don't know, 8 or 9 of these. And I've got one pair that haven't moved. And it's because I wasn't thinking. I think I got them earlier on. They're like a size 6. It's a tough size. So if anybody sends me an offer on those eventually, I'll take whatever just to get them out. But if you get like the good sizes, they'll move sooner than later. So that's going to sit in there, and let's put that the other way. And we'll put a little paper on top. And we're done. I might cut this one down a little because these are heavy and I don't want them bouncing around. So I am going to cut down the corners a bit. I go super high tech with my knife. Not even a box cutter, just an old fishing knife. But these priority boxes, because they're so lightweight, it doesn't take anything to cut them. And then it should. Unfortunately, I didn't use my box resizer, which I could have, because that'll score the sides and make folding it easier. It'll be a prettier box. That's this thing here. If you guys don't have one, they're super cheap, and they're really good. So you just adjust the wheel here, and that you put this on the lip of the box, right? So you adjust the wheel to where you want. We'll put it, this is on the inside of the box, but just so you can see it, right? So we want to cut it, there, right? Tighten it, and then you wheel this all the way around, and it's got spikes on there. It's got a spur, basically, that will score the box, and that way you can fold it. And then you can also see when you cut down the corners, you can see how far to cut down so that it's all equal. This is a fantastic, and they're pretty cheap. I can't remember how much they are. You can get them off of Amazon though for really, really cheap, and it's a lifesaver. It saves so much time and just makes them look prettier. This one, unfortunately, is not going to look pretty with the edges, but it'll be fine. I typically like my stuff to look nice. And this won't look terrible, but it's going to have, see, look, it's not quite straight. So no big deal. I just eyeballed it. I didn't measure anything. But we're just going to fold it in. I'm not going to trim off the tabs or anything. We don't need to do that. I'm just trimming it down so that the boots aren't bouncing around in there because they are heavy. I don't want them to pop the thing open or whatever. So now we're just going to need a little bit of tape. That thing is amazing. Where did you get that from? It's one of your favorite parts of reselling to do. This is cool. Emily, you are an odd cat. You love the shipping, huh? I don't hate it. I know some people hate it. I don't mind it. I like doing it in bunches so that I don't have to do it all at once like I am today. But I don't mind it unless you get to the complicated stuff. I got this on Amazon, Carmen, and it's just like it has on the outside. I mean, you've got, I don't think you can see it, my lighting. It's got a ruler on there up to 13 inches, and you just adjust it. And you run it all, like I said, you run it all along the outside edges. This will hook on the edge, and you run it all along. You can score it once, and it'll just leave enough where you can fold it over. If you do it then on the other side, though, so you score it on the inside, then you score it on the outside, that'll pretty much cut it. And you can just peel it right off. So you can cut the box, and it's a nice, clean, straight line. It's super easy. But yeah, I got that for Christmas. You can, if you just search on Amazon for box resizer, is what it is. It'll pop right up. And I can't remember. I want to say the thing was like $5. Like it doesn't hardly cost anything. We also got these for Christmas. Well, we're talking stuff that's available on Amazon. Scotty peelers. These are also super cheap. All it is a little, I mean, it's a little plastic tool, flat on the bottom. It's got a sharp edge on it, and then it's domed at the top. You use these to peel off. I don't have anything that's got a sticker on it, but it peels off the labels. So that's what these are. This one is a metal one. Have Band-Aids around if you're using those because it is sharp, but the plastic ones do wear out. Emily, thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, I got to go before too long. I got to leave in. Yeah, they are super sharp. Yeah, I haven't cut myself yet, but I know it's going to happen. So far, I've been using the plastic, and it's been working, but they're going to wear out, and I'll have to start using the other one. Yeah, Emily, thanks for coming by, man. I look forward to seeing your next video. If you haven't, the guys that are in here or guys that are watching this down the road, check out Emily Conway on the YouTubes. She is awesome. She makes great content. You would never know. She's Emily. I don't know if you're still in here. I don't know how late or how early you are in your reseller, but I want to say like 6 months, something like that. She has not been doing this long, but she's picking it up quick. She's picking up YouTube, I think, even quicker because she's amazing on the YouTube. So, yeah, go check out Emily Conway. And just like Courtney, she shares great information, but they're just great people. And Conway is so much more photogenic than I am, right? She has better lighting. If I would have used the resizer, I wouldn't have had to use all this tape. So there are consequences to doing things the easy way. Though the resizer is not hard, I guess. Just didn't take the time to do it. And it would have looked a little bit cleaner. But this is fun. So there we go. Boots all packed up. And this is going to be heavier. Let's see what this weighs. This is another thing that I got. If you don't have a scale, I saw somebody mentioning how they didn't have a scale, and they're trying to do this guessing and like using the bathroom scale, and you can't do it. I used for almost a year. I actually used a digital, like a food scale, and it worked fine. It was kind of hard to see the readout sometimes, and so you had to come up. You'd like put a container on the top and tear that out to 0. And then put your item on top of that, and you could do it. It worked. It was actually really accurate. but it was kind of obnoxious sometimes. This is the new one. Neutron Bomb on his channel did a little review of this. I think he got the same one, the Accutech. I think this was, I think it was less than 30 bucks. I think we got this for Christmas too. And the bad thing about my little food scale is it topped out at shoot, it was like 12 pounds, or I don't remember what it was. It was something that fit most of the first class stuff worked fine. But then when you got to the heavier stuff, you had to go like super redneck and like weigh yourself on the scale with and without, and then do the math, and then you'd have to round up just to make sure that, like, it was a pain. So having this has been amazing. Thank you to Mountain Mama for doing that for me for Christmas. This is 4 pounds 11 ounces, 11.7 ounces. So those boots, pretty heavy. So let's see what that's going to cost us. I gotta measure it now since we did cut it down. I don't know what the thing is anymore. So we'll round up, call it 13. Yeah, well, it's 12 and a quarter and 12 and a, yeah, but we don't know how tall it is. So let's see how tall it is. It is now about 5.5. We'll just call it 6. Oh yeah, they haven't paid yet. I went to print the thing out. They haven't paid. It was the Hokas that paid. So we're going to write it on here. 412. And it's 12, 6 by 6. Okay, so now assuming these people pay at some point, the box is ready. If not, I'll just leave them boxed up because I know they will sell. I'm not concerned about that. So, yeah. Well, it looks like we still have a few people in here, but we have been going forever. It's now we're pushing 2 hours now. So, I'll probably head out. I do actually have to shipping out another bunny. Awesome. Bunny buddies. Or is it Bolo Bunny? Well, it was Bolo Bunny, right? I think you're also a bunny buddy. I'm probably going to head out. I've got to go judge. Like I said, I've got to go judge the comfort food challenge is what we're judging. My nose, I kicked up some dust or something. This is a cool thing. It's an organization here in town called Family Promise. And we have a lot of organizations that do work, of course, helping like people facing homelessness in one form or another. This organization, though most of those, I guess, backtrack, most of those are, it's either a men's facility or a women's facility, right? For obvious reasons, it makes sense. Well, Family Promise works to keep families together that are dealing with housing instability, and so this is their big fundraiser for the year. They do it's the Comfort Food Challenge. So we're going to go out and they've invited me. This is my 3rd year going out there as one of the judges. Basically, it's like going for people buying tickets. It's like going to Costco on steroids because you just get samples of food. And you can get as much as you want. If you leave hungry, you did it wrong. I think its tickets are 15 bucks, 35, I think, for a whole family. So super affordable, really. And you're helping out an amazing organization because they really do a lot of work to help families stay together and get their housing situation figured out. So I'm going to go out there, and I didn't eat lunch today. I'm actually starting to get a little hungry, but by the time, I think there's like 26 or 28 different booths, and they're serving like in the past anyway, it's been everything from chili and stews to macaroni, different macaroni dishes, and like casseroles, and it's comfort food, right? So it's all very heavy stuff. So even if you only eat like 3 or 4 bites of each one, by the time we get done with like more than 2 dozen booths, you're stuffed. I'm so full by the end of this thing. But it's a lot of fun, and like I said, it's for a good cause. So I got to head out there here in just a little bit and do some judging for that. So I got my packing done. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Some of you for almost 2 hours, which is incredible. I had no idea this was going to be on this long, but whatever, right? Thanks for tuning in. For those that are tuning in later and watching this on the replay, if you managed to stick around for an hour and 55, leave me a comment underneath there because that's incredible. And I probably got to send you something. I probably should send you guys something too. I need to come up with a giveaway at some point. We're pushing towards 500. Maybe when we hit 500, we'll do a giveaway of some kind. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. We're slowly building. Like I think we're at 320. I hit 320 today. So we're slowly building up that subscription base. And I sure appreciate all you guys watching. So I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna load up all of my stuff in my totes and go enjoy some food. Thanks for sticking in, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye. I'll see if I can turn this thing off. It's not actually bye. I should wait till I actually have this thing ready to turn on. See you guys.